Curitiba is located in the south of Brazil and has a population of 1.76 million people. The GDP per capita has recently risen to $8,000, which is $2,000 more than Brazil. The bus rapid transport system is an efficient system of which lanes are dedicated to buses who have priority on roads. The system was implemented in 1974 and was the first of its kind. Now more than 100 cities have adapted to the system. The buses are separated and grouped according to the routes they are travelling. These routes include the city centre and leisure facilities, being convenient for both business and social conventions. Bus stops are tube-shaped and passengers can enter through automatic doors on either side. This keeps the system moving and avoids congestion. Employers subsidise their employees to use the system, and the fares are cheaper than using private transport. The city was rebranded and developed around the transport system, and 80% of the population use the bus routes because of the diverse bus routes, 1-minute frequency and cheap fares. No one lives more than 400 metres from a bus stop, which is a further incentive encouraging people to use public transport. Around the transport routes, tall buildings are only allowed to be built along the bus routes in the central business district, instead of just focusing them in a central cluster. The initial aim of the scheme was to build a transport system which benefited the ever-booming population in a sustainable manner. The scheme has gained many awards throughout the years, one of which being the most innovative city in the world, and in 2010 the most sustainable city award. This is proof that the scheme's initial aim has been successful and recognised throughout the world. 2.7 million people use the buses each day. With a population of 1.75 million people living in Curitiba, this means people are making more than one journey a day because of how efficient the system is, which is further evidence the system has met their goal. The BRT is socially sustainable because of the high frequency of bus stops, diverse bus routes and faster running times, meaning delays are never an issue and people can travel with ease to pretty much any location in Curitiba. Better mobility allows more time to be spent with families as less time is spent travelling. It is also economically sustainable as the initial building and upkeep is cheaper than tube systems. Cheap fares allow more people to travel and has allowed the city to grow whilst rebranding themselves. Most importantly, it is environmentally sustainable because the volume of private cars carrying a minimum number of passengers has been replaced by buses with much larger capacities. On average, one bus has the capacity to keep 50 cars off the road at a time. The 2.7 million people using the bus system means there is less emissions being released into the atmosphere from private car usage, and with the new COP21 agreement, it is important for countries to contribute to climate change as little as possible to integrate its growing suburbs in a coherent regional plan. As a result, most of the planning interventions that Curitiba is known for, public parks and green spaces, pedestrian streets, preservation of the historic district, are not accessible to hundreds of thousands of suburban and usually lower income residents.